This month we're going to Manila. We are trying to get her a tourist visa to go to the US. I am going back to file my paperwork to retire. So I'm going back to Texas sometime between now and Christmas, most likely, which will be nice to visit family and meet my grandkids. There's 2 grandkids I haven't met yet, so that'll be cool. And I do miss my kids, so seeing them will also be cool. But having to go file the stuff in person is barbaric. Welcome to Texas. Government, retirement, it is what it is. You know, I usually say welcome to the Philippines. It's just as bad everywhere you go, so no complaints, man. Our appointment is for next week, so we have airplane tickets bought. We have a hotel booked right about a block away from the embassy. We're good to go. So hopefully they will approve this. We'll find out next week, and I will let you know whether it works or not. We'll say, that was easy, or, ooh, that was terrible. We'll find out next week. Manila. Before World War II, it was referred to as the Pearl of the Orient. Not too long ago, the author Dan Brown referred to it as the Gates of Hell. This was not a popular title. I'm not sure if either of those titles is entirely accurate. But one thing I'll call it is loud. Finding a place to shoot a video here may prove difficult. When we were here, 2014, we stayed up in Quezon City somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where. We were staying near some family's house. Everything we wanted to do was 2 hours away. We're on the bus, we're on the train, we're on tricycles. It's a real pain in the butt getting anywhere. We got off the airplane, we got on a bus. It was 2 hours to get to the apartment we were staying at. We wanted to go to Mall of Asia. It was about 2 hours. It was just everything we did was slow. The traffic here is insane. So this time, I looked around. The embassy is right here in Ermita. So there's a lot of hotels in Ermita. Rizal Park, what is it called? Ocean Park Aquarium. There's a lot of stuff right here in Ermita. So we haven't left this neighborhood, and it's been great. I really like it. For things to do, it's been really nice. The visa. We've all heard the horror stories. The application process itself is very easy. You go online, there's a generic, multi-purpose form. I think it's a DS-160 is the name of it. The beginning and the end of the form are for everyone. It starts off with just general personal information, and it ends with a bunch of really stupid questions like, are you going to the US to be a terrorist, to do drugs? And I mean, it's just like, what are you supposed to say on idiotic questions like that? But there's pages, like 3 pages of those idiotic questions. The center section varies depending on what visa you are using. Like I said, it's a multi-purpose form. There's tourist visa, business, missionary, all kinds. Depending on what you're going for, determines which part of the form you fill out. All told, I think the entire form is about 7 pages. A little over half of it, maybe, I think is all we filled out. So it's pretty easy, it's straightforward. The hardest question on it was they wanted her parents' birthdays. She knew the month and the date, she didn't know the year. So we had to look at their birth certificates. And honestly, that was the toughest question on the entire form. It's really easy. Once you fill out the form, they print out a confirmation page. Oh yes, you have to provide a picture. They have a template and you just upload a picture, basically, like a passport photo, white background, nothing on your face, no hat. Really simple picture. You print out this confirmation page. It has your picture, your name, just your basic information, not much, single page, and a barcode. The barcode is what they use to scan to get your application. They do not want you to bring that whole application with you. If you print it, which we did because she wanted to read it and memorize everything, every page when you print it has, for your personal copy, do not bring with you, in big letters. They do not want you to bring the application with you. Once you've got your confirmation letter, you have to print out a receipt to pay. We went to BPI, paid the $8,800, it's about $160 application fee. Once the bank signs off on the receipt, they enter it all in the computer, so it's usually the next day. You can go back online, put in your receipt number, they verify that you paid, now you can make an appointment. The appointments are made about 2 weeks out. It's not a long wait. So you can pick the time and the date. Got that done. You print out the receipt, the DS-160 confirmation, and then you also print out the appointment confirmation. So there's only a couple forms that are required. Those you have to have, like, to get in the gate. We got here and we decided to do like a 5-day vacation. So it's a little mini vacation. So whether it's approved or not, she at least gets a vacation to Manila. But she may or may not be going to the U.S. We'll find out how that goes. There she goes off to her interview. It's crowded. Well, the day of the appointment arrives. You can't get there, they say, more than 15 minutes early. Her appointment was at 7:45. They said, do not show up before 7:30. They said there's no benefit to coming early. They will not let you in early. Don't come clutter the place up. They make it very clear that there's no seats, there's no shade out in the area before you get in. Once you're inside, there's seats and shade, but they do not want you there early. So, of course, that means we were supposed to be there at 7:30. We get there at 7. What are you going to do? She didn't want to be late. So she said she'd rather stand out there early for a while. We get there at 7. There's this huge crowd already there. But I look over at the security booth and there's a sign saying they are processing 7:45 appointments. I thought, cool, it's only 7 o'clock. So they're already letting in people with the 7:45 appointments. So she goes on in 30 minutes earlier than they said. Can't complain about that. The interview process, well, the whole security screening, photos, fingerprint, security check, all that. It's very fast, very efficient. And the interview process is also pretty quick. Everything's streamlined, very easy. Unfortunately, the answer they give you is also fast. And they said no. They asked very few questions. It was, I'm trying to think, how we met, what do I do in the U.S., which if they even made a cursory glance at the application, they would see, I don't live in the U.S., I live in Iloilo. But they want to know, what do I do in the U.S.? And she's like, he doesn't live in the U.S., he's on, and she pulls out my 13A paperwork, says he's on a permanent resident visa here. Here's his residency information. She had my immigration card, my 13A visa, permanent resident visa. She had my VA disability paperwork. She had all this to show, here's what he does. This is where we get our money. This is his visa status. He's here permanently. And then they're like, what's the purpose of your visit? Husband's going to file for retirement, visit family, blah, blah. How long are you going to stay? She says, probably 6 weeks. They immediately give her this pre-printed form. It's a form letter saying, bummer, you don't meet the requirements. No reason given. does say on this form letter that a very common reason is you did not prove permanent ties to the Philippines. But it's a form letter already pre-printed, so we don't know what reason they turned her down. And if it was that she didn't prove permanent ties, we don't know what she could have done differently. So if we to reapply later, we don't know what to do differently. She was talking to a lady outside in the waiting area before getting her paperwork back. And this lady works for the Filipino government. She has been turned down 3 times. No reason given, just turned down 3 times. She keeps reapplying, they keep saying no. I've got other friends that came in and immediately got 10-year visa, no problem. So I don't know what they're looking for, and they didn't say what they're looking for. But whatever it was, she wasn't it. So we're going to enjoy our 5-day vacation here in Manila. 4 days left now. And then I'm going to plan a trip to the U.S. because I still have to go file my retirement paperwork. Anyway, I'll enjoy my trip to the U.S. because I haven't seen the family in a long time. And I don't know, I'll do some fun shopping. We'll make a whole bunch of videos in the U.S. later. I don't know when I'm going yet. But now, we're going to go enjoy our vacation here and cheer her up because she really wanted to go to the U.S. Such is life. Enjoy your day in paradise.